fucking Bristol City, lads and lasses. Bristol fucking City, Manchester United have just lost to in the Carabao Cup. Bristol City, we've just lost to in the Carabao Cup there. They're through the semi-finals. United knocked out the Cup. You know, the Carabao Cup, which is an appropriate name because we played like a bunch of Carabao cants tonight, did Manchester United. It was an absolutely disgraceful performance from us. I'm sorry to go there. And do you know why we've lost? We've not lost because we've been outclassed. You know, we've not lost because they're better than us in any department of the game whatsoever. We've lost because of something that it should be instilled in every single Manchester United player, and that is desire. Where was the desire from United tonight to go to Bristol and get the result? We didn't show any of that. Bristol City, fair play to them. They deserved it. You know, they played well. They've showed that determination. They tried and worked their socks off. United, on the other hand, bunch of prima donna wankers who don't even deserve to lace a pair of boots, let alone go out there on the pitch to represent Manchester United. I tell you that, it was one of those performances I was just disgusted at. I didn't think there was enough dogged tenacity, determination, effort from the boys. I'm sorry, on the road there at Bristol, a chance to defend the Carabao Cup. Get a bit of silverware this season. You know, obviously we won it last year. It'd been nice to defend it. But no, it's Bristol City who go on to the semi-finals. It's Bristol City who are 2 games away from glory in the Carabao Cup. And why is that? Because of a bunch of pratty players from United, I'm telling you. You know, Rojo, Blind, Darmian, you're a bunch of mugs. You are a bunch of mugs. I'm sorry, so bang average. When are those boys going to start performing consistently for United? When's that going to happen? Especially that rat-faced, freaking neck-bearded Darmian. I know I'm one to talk, but what has he done since coming to United? Absolutely piss all. Jose gives him some opportunities here. There you go. Here's a game against Bristol City. Nice game. You know, let's show some tenacity, lad. And he's absolutely gastastic. Rojo, you know, he's from the mean streets of freaking Argentina somewhere, some real dodgy area. You wouldn't know it because he played like a freaking pussy. And then you've got Blind, who, as I mentioned, is the better of the bunch. I think certainly deserves a place at Manchester United. But tonight, he played like he was freaking Daily Blind. You know, very disappointed with him. And then, you know, of course, there were other poor performances in there. McTominay, future Ballon d'Or nominee. McTominay, you wouldn't know it tonight because he was absolutely gastastic. It was basically the invisible McTominay tonight. Okay, he's a young lad, you know, it's not really, the emphasis is not really on him to make shit happen, but even so, what the fuck was that all about, that performance? Fair play to Bristol City. They've dominated in terms of effort. You know, we might have had more chances, but I just loved the way that Bristol City played against us. They showed a bit of bollocks. They wanted it, you know, and that's something that United cannot say. We didn't want that game, and it's stupid, really, because it's like we outclassed them in every single possible way you could think of on the pitch there in terms of technique, in terms of ability. But you wouldn't have known it because the lads out there just failed to give it 100% in my personal opinion. You know, Zlatan Ibrahimovic has got himself a goal. Nice one, Zlatan. Yeah, great to see. Great free kick it was as well. Loved that. Absolutely loved that. Thought, yeah, this is it. He's going to get himself a hat-trick. No, Jose pulls him off there. And then United turned to shit. That was an equaliser, of course. We went 1-0 down against Bristol City, and then we allowed them to come up at the end of the game and score a late freaking winner, Corey Smith. What? Well, I mean, seriously, I thought it was pitiful from United, really. It's pitiable for a number of reasons. You know, it's all well and you can lose a game of football, you can. But when you're Manchester United with that amount of talent out on the pitch, those players earning what they're earning, hundreds of thousands of pounds a week, and you brought them in for millions upon millions of pounds, and we can't even go over to the West Country and play a bunch of freaking tractor boys, and you're taking the piss, a bunch of freaking farmers, and we can't freaking lose to them. We can't beat them. You know? But fair play to Bristol City. You know, this is football. It's 11 men against 11 men, but it is quite frankly completely unacceptable for Manchester United. Jose Mourinho, hang your Mr. Bean Portuguese-looking head in shame, pal, because you should have got the boys fired up for this more, motivated more. Not just the man. It's not the manager's fault. You know, it's the lads out there who are doing it at the end of the day, who are performing. Darmian needs to grow a set of bollocks. Rojo needs to, you know, act like he's not a little girl. And some of the other players, you know, have really got a lot of improvements to make and just show a bit more. I mean, what is it with us? What is it with us? Have we turned into, you know, some sort of piss-poor Man City from 5 years ago where we just got a bunch of twatty mercenaries in this side who don't give a fuck? Because that's what it felt like tonight, you know. It felt like we just couldn't match Bristol City. We couldn't match Bristol City for effort. That's basically what's happened here. They can't match us in terms of ability. The only way they're ever going to get something from the game is to work harder than us and hope that the class and the ability of Manchester United doesn't shine through. And that's exactly what happened for United and Bristol City tonight. So fair play to them. 100% deserved win by Bristol City. United are absolutely shit. We've had a mare. We need to sort it out. Jose needs to sort it out. He needs to get those players in that dressing room and punch them right in the face, quite frankly. They need to know that they're playing for that shirt. You know, I don't care if we've rotated the side tonight. I don't care if it's not the starting 11. It shouldn't be the freaking first, your strongest 11 playing against Bristol City in the Carabao Cup. It shouldn't be, should it? We should be able to put out our under-18s and give them a fucking good game, let alone the amount of class we had out on the pitch there. So whichever way you look at it, this is a massive failure for Manchester United. Whichever way you look at it, it's a lost chance to get silverware for United this season. We're probably not going to win the Premier League, are we? You know, Man City are running away with it, and not only running away with it, playing excellent football. United have been playing park the bus football in the big games, which is disappointing to see. And then a game against Bristol City like that, we've been beaten just because we didn't try hard enough. So, I mean, we've got some issues at Manchester United at the moment. Yeah, things are getting better, aren't they? They're better than they were a couple of seasons ago under Louis van Gaal. They're better than Moyes. But they're still not good enough. I want to see more determination from these players. I want to see that, just that fight and desire from the team, and we're not getting that at Manchester United. So, you know, bollocks to it, quite frankly. Absolutely gutted. Everybody who's joining me right now, thank you very much for tuning into this, quite frankly, somber rant video. I just can't be bothered anymore. You know, I'm not very well at the moment, so I apologise. That's why I didn't do a video on for the last game. So apologies for that if you tuned in and was expecting a video. I wasn't around to do it. And I'm just not feeling very well today. And guess what? Now I feel like shit because Manchester United just put up an absolutely agonising Moyes-esque performance. It was like MK Dons all over again, apart from we didn't lose 4-0. We've gone to Bristol City and we've come away with a loss. How does that work? I mean, it's just a calamity anyway. But yeah, everybody who's joining me right now, thank you very much for tuning in. I'm just going to read a few of you guys' comments, so get your thoughts and opinions in now while we can, you know, so I can read them out. Madison Beaton says, not doing good. Oh, tell me about it. United are not. I mean, how do you gauge it? You know, do we really care about the Carabao Cup? Well, I'll tell you what. When you get to the quarterfinals of any competition, you should start caring about it because it's a chance at silverware. And even if you finish second in the Premier League that year to a far superior bald-headed Spanish twat City side, then at least you can say, yeah, we finished second, but we won some silverware this season. You know. We won some freaking silverware. It may not be the primary silverware, but it's some silverware. It's a transitionary season, all that bollocks. But if you don't beat Bristol City, if you can't beat Bristol City, you don't deserve to win anything at all, do you? So, yeah, I mean, just a disgusting performance. United are not doing good. We need to turn the corner. We need to improve. United need to start playing like United. We need to play with that United passion and desire and the United way. You know, Jose Mourinho, a lot of people said before he came in, he is not the man to bring that attacking Manchester United way football back to United. He's not the man. And I'm starting to tend to agree with them. I was thinking, yeah, okay, well, previously in his career, he has had teams playing attacking football. But yes, he does like to park the bus. And unfortunately, we are that side. We are that side who are going to get results. We're going to get results because of the manager's great tactical ability and the fact that he knows when he's outclassed in terms of the opposition and how do you win games against better opposition, you know, like a City game. If we'd have defended and parked the bus but nicked a win, well, nobody would be saying anything about that game the other day, you know, which could have happened and has happened for Jose against Pep in the past and these sorts of things. But wouldn't it be nice to go to Bristol City and rip them apart 4-0? I mean, what the fuck? Wouldn't it be nice to do that? Is that too much to ask? Beat Bristol City? I mean, is that too much to ask? No, it's not. It's not too much to ask. So, yeah, I mean, hang your head in shame, Jose. Hang your freaking head in shame, pal, because that is a poor result. That is one that just it's a big kick in the bollocks right now. We needed to progress in this competition. Nobody really cares about the Mickey Mouse Cup, but still, we're in the latter part of the competition. We could have won it. We could have freaking won it. Fesant Singh says, it's not Jose, the defence just isn't good enough. Well, I agree with you on that sense, man. I'm saying, you know, Jose, I think, has a lot to do with motivating the team. And I didn't see 100% from the team tonight, you know. But in terms of the actual back line, Rojo, Darmian, you know, freaking Blind, just not good enough, are they? Really poor performances from them. Zlatan Ibrahimovic went off for Mkhitaryan, another player who we brought in for a lot of money. and just hasn't had any bollocks whatsoever, I don't think. I mean, did he come in for Manchester United and at the same time have a chemical castration or something? Because where is the desire and the belief from Mkhitaryan, you know? He's supposed to be one of the best players in the friggin' Bundesliga when he came over, and he was ripping teams open. We can't whip Bristol City open, and he can't fight his way back into this Manchester United side. So what is going to happen for that little Armenian fellow, Henrik Mkhitaryan? I don't even know. But either way, it was just an awful performance from Manchester United. Crypto Squirrel comments and says, it's a good thing you lost. You would have only got a worse beating from City. Get out of here, pal. Leon Ted comments and says, forget just winning a match and the performance is killing us. We were completely shit. I totally agree with you, Leon. It's the performance that hurts, you know. I mean, the result hurts, yes, the result losing to City hurt. But if we'd have performed better to a higher standard and not just bent over and defended the whole game and tried to make something happen against City, then, you know, we wouldn't have felt so bad about it at all, would we? If United were actually going for it, creating chances, attacking, trying to beat City at their own game, if you like. You know, maybe it's the most foolish thing you can do, and that's what Jose's good at. He's good at looking at the way teams play and sort of playing anti-football against them, you know, not allowing them to play their game and nicking stuff on the counter-attack, and he is good at that. But wouldn't it be nice if you spent pretty much £1 billion if you could play with a bit of skill and a bit of, you know, a bit of verve? That's what we want, a bit of verve at Manchester United, not just this boring defensive football, you know, it's just not good enough. I see a comment from Alk Mammoth here saying Jose out. I think it's a little bit preemptive to suggest that right now. I mean, Jose has been the best thing that we've had since Sir Alex Ferguson. He won 3 trophies for United in his first season. It's not bad, is it? You know, okay, the Mickey Mouse trophies, but you still got to win them. And if you look at how we are playing now and how teams line up against us and how we get results compared to when we had Louis van Gaal, it's much better. Even defensively, it's not like Louis van Gaal was losing games and throwing caution to the wind and going for it. No, he was playing even more defensively, passing it around the back. It was disgraceful. I think we've played a much better style of football under Jose. It's still defensive, but even compared to that, I think we've come a long way. Winning 3 trophies last year proves that, you know, it's a defensive style of football, but it works. And also this season, I mean, how many games have we won 4-0? We basically are turning into England. That's the problem. We're turning into England. We lose against teams we should be losing against. We also do win a lot of games against teams we should be beating. But then when we come up against somebody who's better than us or as good as us, we lose. That seems to be the case anyway. And just the way and the style of football that we put out there on the pitch is absolutely sickening. So, yeah, I mean, it's not going to look like a successful season this year. And, in fact, Host Disorder comments, hi, Host Disorder, with a comment that sums that up. He says, Pig, no Carabao Cup, no league, no UCL. Mate, you can't defend him. Well, hang on a sec. I mean, you know, we're still in the Champions League. We can still win the Champions League. I mean, do I think we're going to win the Champions League based on how we're doing so far and how we're playing? Can't even beat Bristol City? No, I don't. But we could. Could we win the Premier League? Yeah, we could if City just have an absolute implosion between now and the end of the season, which could happen. But do I think that's going to happen? No. So, you know, don't write us off just yet. But I do think we're just not good enough. If you look at the golfing class between the Manchester sides at the moment, not just in terms of quality out there on the pitch, because I do think they've got a better 11 or a better squad, but the way in which they go about their football, the way in which they rip teams open, the way in which they dominate possession, the way in which they score goals, and nice goals as well. You know, there's a gulf in class between the Manchester sides, and that's sickening to say, quite frankly, but it is true. It is true. And do I have faith that Jose can bring that glory back to Manchester United and bring that Manchester United way back to United? Do you know what? I don't know if I do. I was about to say yes, but I don't know if I do, because he's so set in his ways. He's so defensive in terms of tactically, especially coming up against these big teams. Occasionally, you just want him to freaking Jurgen Klopp it, don't you? And just throw caution to the wind and try and rip these teams apart. I mean, yes, you do lose games like that. You can lose games badly, but you can also win games handsomely. So it's finding the right balance at Manchester United, you know. But yeah, tonight, absolutely shocking performance from Manchester United. We've lost to Bristol City, lads. Fair play to them. I mean, here we go. Look, a couple of comments coming in here. Became the teapot. He says, to be honest, Bristol played extremely well. They did. All hats off to Bristol City. They deserved to win. They showed more effort and desire and fire in 45 minutes than United did in the whole bloody game. So, you know, I totally agree with you. I think Bristol... Sorry, lads, my freaking missus just called me there and cut my phone off. Told the knobhead not to call me. And now I'm pissed off. She may have just tuned into this now and she's pissed off. But anyway, I'm going to wrap it up there. But get your thoughts and opinions in below. Sorry I didn't do a video for the last game. Wasn't feeling too well. Was expecting to do a positive video about United tonight and make me feel a little bit better. But after that performance, I feel even worse. So I'm going to go get in a nice hot bath, try and relax a bit because I feel way too stressed out after watching that absolute...